following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome into another edition of The Wild Side with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, coming to you from the east side of Music City, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day to give my video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to like it, give it a share. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're following me on all the social media platforms. That way, if you have a suggestion, a request, a recommendation for a band, a video, something you want me to check out, comment on, you can leave it in the comment section below. And if you are going to leave it in the comment section below, go through. If you see yours is already done, go ahead and click like, and I concur. You can hit me up with a DM on social media. That way you have a nice little direct line of communication with me, a little direct conduit. If something slips through the crack, if I don't get to something in a timely fashion, just throw me a nice little polite reminder, and I'll chuck it in my handy-dandy notebook if I can. And, of course, if you can provide me a link, that would be cool, too. I am kind of dealing with figuring out how to do copyright strikes and all that other stuff, so you kind of have to bear with me. Some of my videos go up, and then suddenly they got to come down, or some of them don't even get past the publishing point. I've reached out to a couple people. I'm just waiting to hear back. I want to thank everybody for their hints, their tips, their advice in previous video comment section dealing with this. I am kind of new to it, so I am kind of looking for some guidance. So again, thank you very much for that. Today's video, a little different. I was sent a DM on Instagram, and somebody said, hey, your thoughts. It's all it was just, hey, your thoughts. And the link was to a website called Bored Panda. And I've seen, you know, bad album covers and stuff like that. But today we're going to check out, he just wanted me to check out 37 awkward metal band photos. And my cat puked on my bed, so I am in a salty mood. So I guess, you know, me rolling through a bunch of pictures of people and crapping all over them would, you know, seem about right. I expect to see a lot of cod pieces and leather. So it's on Bored Panda. I'll put the link below. This is 37 awkward metal band photos that are so bad they're good. So, of course, Man of War leads off the list right there. Look at these guys. Man of War. But this is like their uniform, though. Like, like, you can put this in the so bad that they're good, but this is basically every character on a Molly Hatchet album cover in a band. That's really what this was for us. We didn't see this. I don't think anybody really sees Man of War as, like, you know, odd or out of, that's just how they dress, man. By the way, kids, I hate hearing the phrase assless chaps. All chaps are assless. If not, they'd be called pants. Okay? So, but yeah, this is like the Man of War uniform. That and the saxophone player from Tina Turner videos seems to be the uniform. And a lot of oil. That was somebody's job. I really hope they left it like, I don't know, like if that is a job, if you're an assistant photographer, that your job is to oil up Man of War. Going into work that day. Right? What do you got on the... Oh, we got a band shoot. Man of War. Oh, it's a metal band. Cool. Yeah, they wear nothing. And they're all 80s hairy. See, that was acceptable hairy. This is acceptable hairy. Not turtleneck with it still coming out of the top hairy. This is a pleasant hairy. If that makes any sense. Ah, Motley Crue, of course, when you got Mars written down the side of your pants. Look, they went through some changes, Motley Crue did. Absolutely, without a doubt. But that was normal. Again, you're calling these awkward, but I guess growing up in that time when you see these pictures in Cream magazine and stuff like that, they're rock stars, man. Of course they're going to dress like that. Of course they are. Why not? Some more Man of War. Again, the level of confidence you have to have. I know that women go through a lot of body image issues, but so do men. And when you're growing up, and these are the posters, you know, like this. Come on, man. Shouldn't they just be riding white horses at this point? Again, acceptably hairy. You know, that was the good Harry, late 70s, early 80s Harry. He does Coldplay covers. please tell me you do Coldplay covers. Like, that's your whole thing. I've always said I wanted to get a German polka band and just do really bad 90s and 2000s covers with a polka band. I'm sure it's already been done. If it has, link it to me in the comments below. But I would like to see like I know polka bands and German polka beer bands do metal covers and stuff like that. But I mean, like, you know, really bad 90s and 2000s songs like Macarena, Mambo Number 5. But I bet he does Coldplay. Look at him, though. Well, okay, so he's on a microphone. So this isn't a guy standing in his bathroom just dressed up like this. This is obviously a guy performing this way. So I'm just wondering, what's the sound? I mean, I know it's the sound of an accordion, but I guess is he doing metal accordion covers? Which would be awesome in a way. If anybody knows this guy and knows his music, link that to me as well. I would love to see that. That would be interesting. Motorhead. Yes, everybody knows this picture. This is when you know, when you take this photograph, taking of this photograph means two things. Number one, you don't care in any way, shape, or form. Number two, you've reached a point in your influence, in your prestige. We're talking video gaming here. You have enough XP that you can do that, right? Like, everybody else is trying really hard to look metal, and the greatest metal band ever looks like that. So, yeah, that's an iconic photo, and that's not awkward. This is awkward. I'm just seeing it out of the corner of my eye, and I know that it's awkward. All right, I get that. It's not my style. It was never my style. Luckily for me, I don't think you can go back anywhere in my history and see me clad such a way. But I get that. It was the thing. But I think our eyes are drawn to the dude here. The guy who honestly looks 20 years older than everybody. It looks like this guy looks like one of these. Is this the dad? Is that the dad? Wild Boars Suicide. That's a band. I'll have to check that out. Wild Boars Suicide. I can't wait to see what that's all about. I got to dig up a cassette. But yeah, a lot of gauntlets, the stripes, the patterns, lots of leather. But yeah, he's not the drummer, right? So he's not hidden behind anything. This guy's up front somewhere. This is up front somewhere. So, yeah. Speaking of stripes, don't even have to say that a striper. And again, you're putting this in a list of awkward, and that's not awkward. It's a little cheesy. It definitely is glamour shots, right? Like, was there like a set of keys up over here? Good on them. They're all looking at the same place, right? But look how coiffed they are. Man, the 80s were awesome. They really were. Gotta feather my hair. I can't, though. I have curly Irish hair, so I wouldn't even look like this guy. I would look like George Costanza had gone too long without a haircut. So I couldn't pull that off. I have to have this. I've been having this hair my entire life because I can't grow it out long like that. These dudes have always made me jealous, guys like this. Always. It's like, damn, dude, I could never get that hair. Even like if you open up my yearbook, everybody had, even the girls had that hair. Like, that's chick hair too. So, but I could never get that. I could never grow that hair. And I was jealous of that. I really, really was. That's not a band. This isn't a band. This is you're just putting this on there to take the piss. That's not a band. That is a band. And I don't know their name, but I know that they're a band. Tunnel of Love. Okay, this fits the awkward. This fits the awkward, yet it doesn't. So, here's what I'm saying. That's ownership right there. What you're seeing here is a level of confident ownership that is very rare in today's hypersensitive world of image. In today's world of how do I look? Is it the right filter? Is it the right pose? You know, you take 50 photographs just to get the one, right? That's a one-take shot right there. All right, guys, go stand over by the wall. All right. This is us. This is who we are. The pride that is in this guy right here, right? This is how he stands at his court conviction. That's right. I did it. This dude. God, I love that. The confidence in that. And again, That's a band that people know. People bought their music. People went to their shows. So this isn't really awkward. It's awkward in the, I wouldn't do that, but I'm not a rock star, you see, nor do I wish to be a rock star. And when you have that in your head, you feel like it's like white jeans. Only rock stars can wear white jeans. I don't know what it is about white jeans, but it's very difficult for a regular guy to pull those off. And leather pants. We've seen the Friends episode. It's very difficult to pull off rock star fashion. They can get away with a lot. But I love this guy's this guy, man. He's awesome. Look at him. That's right. This is me. He's awesome. Some more Man of War. You can't get... Look, you can make a whole list of Man of War photographs. And again, they're not awkward. This is Man of War. So I don't understand what you're talking about. I mean, again, I get it. By today's standards, and I'm sure I could sit here and crap apart the sun grab and the clenched fists and these are epic chaps, by the way. I mean, the detail that's in these outfits is amazing. Let's look at this as a fashion point of view. Okay, let's look at the detail and the work that is being put into this, into their theatrics. So if this is them, and again, the setting, it literally looks like a JCPenney's. The setting does. But the fact that they are still maintaining that level of intimidation, of metal, right, in their aura, you have to respect that. You have to respect that. And that's how they play live. So you know this is what you get. Again, this is us. We have no bones about it. If you went back and said, are you embarrassed? I would like to see if any of the guys from Man of War would go through these and be like, maybe not. I don't think so. Nor should you. These are awesome. And we bought the music. So again, I don't see how you're saying this is awkward. We had the posters. Think about that. Walking into your buddy's room and this is hanging on the wall. It's no big deal. Yeah, it's a little... Like I said, by today's standards, I'm sure you could rip on it. But again, proper level of hirsuteness. So, good for you. You kept it trim. Yes, Judas Priest. Okay, again, nobody was really surprised when Rob said, by the way, I play on the other side of the plate. Nobody, okay. we were pretty down with that, my man. That's not awkward either. Again, that's metal. Look at that. Look at Rob. He's going to punch the fist in the air. He's going to hurt the air. Look at all of them. Well, except this guy. This dude might be the one guy who may be having some gastric issues that day. Maybe he partied the night before. He's looking a little off. Maybe he looks like that all the time. I don't know. I don't hang out with the guy. So, Pretty Boy Floyd. This is actually another band that people bought music of and went to see. This is like how they looked. And I'm trying not to look at it. I'm trying not to because I'm afraid that, you know, my skin might melt off. Now look at them though. More cod pieces. More cod pieces. That was the 80s glam metal uniform of the day, the UOD. You got your chaps, you got your spandex, you got your gauntlet, and now you need a cod piece. A cod piece. And to be fair, when you walk out on stage looking like this, someone's going to want to punch you in the junk. So, well done on the protective cover. Definitely. There's going to be a couple guys in the crowd that are like, all right, dude, I'm just cock popping this guy. That's how that's going to roll. But again, well done. I mean, the work and the effort that goes into that could be spent on other things, but they chose to, you know, spend 10 hours making this piece of leather codpiece thong. Ex-Japan, these are legends, by the way. So again, this is not awkward. By today's standards, you may look at this and say, no, these are legends right here. I'm almost offended they're on this list, to be honest with you. I'm almost offended a lot of these people are on this list that you would call these awkward or so bad that they're good or bad. They're not. There are some bad ones I've seen, but this is Ex-Japan. This is a legendary group of Japanese metal artists. I don't know why you would put them on a list. I mean, I get why you would. I keep breathing in spit. I need to slow down. I understand that by today's measure, you could comically pick this apart and make fun of it and, you know, say, oh, that's there's nothing wrong with that, though. Like, again, nobody saw this as an issue or a concern, or they might have made fun of it or we joke about it, but it didn't take away from the legendary status of Extra Pants. I don't know why this is on the list. Black Death. Yeah, there's a famous picture right here. There's always one who, one of these things is not like the other. There's always the one guy in the photo, and it's like, this is the photo you used, so I want to see the other ones. If this is the photo you used, I want to see what was before and after. Because the guy in the middle, this cat right here, everybody's feeling it, except for maybe this guy. This guy's kind of looking off to the side. I think a hot chick walked by. Like, I think a hot assistant walked by, and he was like, hey, check out my guitar. But this guy, again, you're calling this awkward, and you're putting this on so bad it's good. This isn't bad. Black Death wasn't ashamed of this. There are corny, cheesy, gross photos from the day. This is not one of them. This is Black Death, man. Come on. Venom. Yeah, Venom. They're always good for these, man. They're always good for these. Somebody's looking out these windows right now. What is happening? What is going on with my world? If you're at work, this looks like one of those study English schools. Just imagine you're looking out one of these windows over here, and this is what you see. Because, it's got the gothic, medieval vibe going on with the settings. So, of course, Venom's going to come out with their double-bladed axe and chains and skull sticks and chokers and nunchucks. He's got nunchucks. All right, man. I want to see you get them out of that belt. That is not a proper wear of weapon. But sure, let me see you get them out of that belt. Look at this, man. They just went into like a Hot Topic. Well, Hot Topic wasn't around back then. Where would they have gone to get this? It would have had to have been like a straight-up sex shop, right? Like 79, 80, 85, there weren't really like metal fashion or alternative fashion stores. So this either had to be made or there had to be a specialty shop. So, and if it's in England, there probably was a specialty shop, like a metalhead shop. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't shock me in any way, shape, or form if there was an actual shop that made stuff like this for metalheads and metal bands. So good on you. I hope it's still open. But yeah, that gauntlet with the chain connecting. So I want to see you take this right hand that has a chain connected to your forearm and pull these nunchucks out of this belt and do battle. And I want to see you swing that just one time. Just one time I want to see you swing that. But yeah, that's Venom. That's what they're going to do. Before I scroll down, that is... They're out of Sweden. Oh, what was their name? Shotgun Messiah. Damn it. Yeah, they moved to the U.S. And again, you're putting these bands on this list, and these bands toured. These are established thrash metal bands. I mean, yes, they might be cheesy. They might be passé at this in 2022. But you can't diminish their career by putting them on this list of, no, this is what, again, there were people in the crowd dressed this way. I went to school with people that dress like this. You saw this all the time. This was fashion. I don't understand what, I mean, yeah, it's a little over the top with the knee pads, but dude, people walked around with a bandana. I still don't know. To this day, no one has been able to explain to me what that was. But guys walked around with one bandana tied around their thigh. No idea what that was. The 80s was a really messed up time of fashion. It really, really was. Everybody walked around looking like some kind of character, whether it was Madonna or an outsider or a Breakfast Club member or any of that stuff. It was all peacocking. It was it was crazy. It was a crazy time. So to say that this is an awkward photo, I can open up yearbooks and see this. This is how people dressed, man. Yes, it was horrible, but that's how we dressed. I don't think it was horrible. It was the fashion. Come on. Okay. I'll take a break on this cat. See, I got to remember this is somebody's kid. This is somebody's kid that I'm getting ready to unleash on. I don't even know what to say at this point. Is this the guy? I saw this somebody sent me a really weird metal video of some kids in a park. And it was like serious. It was a serious metal video that these kids put together. And he wanted me to rip it apart. I could have. I could have spent an hour on this video just completely demolishing it. But that's somebody's kid. I can't play an instrument. I can't sing. I don't have the confidence to sing. I sang one time in public, and that was as Schroeder in Your Good Man, Charlie Brown in my 7th grade production at Heskett Junior High School in Bedford Heights, Ohio. It was the last time and only time I have sang in public. I do not sing in public. It's just not something I do. So it takes a level of confidence that I don't possess. So I have to respect that you're going to get up on stage, but you got to have friends, man. You got to have friends. That's all I'm saying. You just got to have friends. That is twat. All right. Good for you. Again, see? Look. The thing around the thigh. This was just a thing. I wish somebody could explain it. So I'm from a neighborhood in South New Jersey that is famous for not being a very pleasant place. And there are always, anytime you drove down our street, every single power line had shoes hanging over it. It was just once a year, the power company guys would have to come down and take down all the shoes from the power lines. And while they were taking down, this is how much juvenile delinquents we were. While they were taking down the shoes from the power lines, we were stealing colored electrical tape out of their truck so that we could wrap the handle of our stickball sticks. It was just, you'd go play stickball behind the path mark, and there'd be 50, 60 kids out there playing stickball, and they would have their broom handles all taped up, and that was from getting the shoes. And somebody asked me one time, does that mean they were drug dealers? And that was a common misconception, that this is where drug dealers are. No, once a year we got new shoes, and just to be shithead juvenile delinquents, we chucked them up over the wire because it made the people... No, it had nothing to do with drug. Maybe it did later. Sorry, but not in our neighborhood. So I was able to explain that. Someone please explain to me what the thing around the thigh is. I still don't get that, man. Rhapsody of Fire. Yes, they all look... Is that the same guy photoshopped? Like, is this the same guy? Or are there twins except for this dude here? Are these twins in these? Well, they look absolutely magnificent. That's the word. That's the look they were going for. They weren't going for the look of metal. They weren't going for the look of medieval. The look they were going for is magnificent. It's absolutely magnificent. Good for you, Rhapsody of Fire. Why does that keep popping up? Got to get rid of that. Rick, get on that. Yeah, great hair. Again, this is the stuff we had to deal with. Look at them all chiseled with their leather and their proper hairiness level, you know, and the beautiful locks. Even this guy, you know, his hair doesn't match his face. You look bored. Again, this is the picture you put out. It's just a weird picture. And that's not awkward. That's not an awkward or bad photo. That's just a photo. That's not a metal band. That is, those are wrestlers. Those are like female wrestlers right there. So again, come on, man, do some better research. Okay, I don't know who this is. If anybody knows who this is, link them in the comment. This is number 21. If anyone knows who number 21 is, please, God, link them. I'm not thinking this is a band. I'm thinking they messed up and put some wrestlers in here. Because that's a wrestling belt, right? Like, isn't that a wrestling belt? I don't know. But these look very theatrical for more than, maybe, I don't know. I don't know who that, does it say? Yeah, they do love themselves. Look at that. That's all blue steel. They're all rockin' Zoolander looks. If anyone knows who number 21 is, link them below. I need to hear that. I need to hear what this makes. And tuck that nipple in. But yeah, I need to know the sound of this. I need to hear that. I need to know that it exists, if that is a band. Someone please tell me if that's a band. That's not a band. This is, this could potentially be a fight club, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. Crimson Glory. That is an actual band that has they have legitimate bona fides. They've toured with tons of folks. I think they're out of Sarasota, Florida. So one of those Florida bands that came out. That's an actual band. Yeah, they're out there. Now, this isn't an awkward photo more than it would raise the questions of even this kid's like, what's going on here? What is happening right now? And this guy looks like he doesn't even know what's happening. So he's like, don't ask this guy. But yeah, they're ripping a baby's head off. This is awesome. Again, this isn't awkward. This is awesome. This is a great album cover. This is like reminiscent of the National Lampoon first edition, where buy this magazine or the dog gets it, I think was the line on the front of the magazine with the dog and the pistol. So yeah, that's kind of along those lines. You know, buy this record or we rip the baby's head off. That's very 80s. And as far as the look goes, look, there were so many bands coming out that the bands were doing a lot of stuff. Again, you're peacocking. You have to stand out and then back it up with your music. So Motley Crue wore makeup, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, Crimson Glory, rocking the face stuff to stand out. I don't know who this is. This is number 24, but they all look like middle-aged English women in an episode of Midsummer Murders. This looks like a group of women who plotted to kill one of the four. Right? Nobody knows which one. That's what they look like. Sweet jacket, though. It's got fringe, yes. Acid wash jeans, check. Bangles, check. Fingerless gloves, check. Coiffed tiger hair. I call this lion mane hair because if you look at it, it's all big up front. And chicks would rock this in the 80s a lot too. You got the lion mane hair where it's all big up front, but then when they turn sideways, it's all flat back here because they can't reach. So they just tease up the front. I don't know. Maybe they had a hairstylist that could do the back, but that looks like a lion mane. But seriously, come on, man. They look like here what Rod Stewart looks like now. There's the dude. This is the dude from that video. Oh, my God. Okay, so, again, somebody sent me a video of this kid and his band making this video in this park, and they were like, hey, check it out. Tell me what you think. And I just responded with, that's somebody's kid. So I'm not going to do that to him. But, yeah, that was that video. Destork, is that a thing? That's a thing. Okay. Parody black metal band. Okay. Oh, that's a shame. The big boy passed away. All right. Is that the... Yes, this is the video.
Hello, Chevy.
Yeah, this is it. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is that weird video. Okay. All right. So that's that guy. He passed away. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. I'm glad I didn't make a whole video about completely crapping on this kid or this guy. I'm really glad I didn't do that. So, but yeah, this is the video, right? If you watch the video, this is what you're getting. So just be ready for that. Madam X, yes. More cod pieces. Even she's wearing it. Looks like, well, no, wearing a bikini bottom, but still another cod piece and chaps. Cod piece and chaps. Guy liner. You got the guy liner going. Now he's got the Welcome Back Cotter Epstein vibe. I'm getting the Welcome Back Cotter Epstein vibe, definitely, from this guy right here. And it really seems like he didn't get the memo about what we're wearing for the photo shoot. Like he just kind of was like, oh, sorry, dude. He was probably out partying, drinking some Jenny Cream ales, hanging out with her sister. That's how that would go. Okay, that's not a band. This isn't a band, right? These are just people dressed up. Again, great level of confidence. I appreciate and respect your level of confidence that you leave the house looking this way. It does take a level of confidence to do that. It also takes the support of your friends. So I guess if you're all doing it, then you're only accepting like 1/3 of any ridicule that would come your way. So well done. But yeah, this isn't a band. I need to see you on stage with a microphone. I think that is somebody, right? I don't know, but yeah, that would be a typical black metal wannabe band album cover. Sure. Here, living in Nashville, sometimes you'll be driving some back roads, and in the back, outside of the downtown of Nashville, it does get pretty rural pretty quickly. So you see a lot of farms and barns and stuff like that, and sometimes you'll be driving past an old dilapidated barn, and you'll see cameras and things set up for a new country band that's in town, and they're getting cleaned up, and they're getting an album made. So they take them out to this field and have them stand around this old barn while looking off into the distance, after their stylist and their teeth have been fixed. So yeah, it happens all the time. So it's not surprising if you're a metal guy and you're trying to promote your band, you're going to go to a cemetery. It's perfect. I'm sure this isn't the first photograph that goth metal people have taken in front of this particular grave. But, I don't know, man. I don't know. You better be a really good musician to pull this look off. That's all I'm saying. More Crimson Glory. Look at him, man. Just the pride, the ownership of it. You can call this bad all you want. That's not bad. That's, like I said, that's a level of, I got this, that a lot of us do not have. A lot of us could not, even when people walked around like this, dressed like this normally out in clubs or out wherever, it still took a level of confidence that not a lot of people had. So well done. More Tunnel of Love. Well, now he's got that look. Now this one's got that look that this one had in the other one. But I still love him. This guy, though, man. He's like looking into my soul. Night Jamming Band. I think that's 5 different people who have all a different understanding of what they would like their band to sound like. I bet there was a lot of conflict in this band. This guy wants to do 38 Special covers. This guy wants to be a Scorpion. These 2 guys are UFO covers. And this dude over here, well, he's wanting to do some Udo von Dirkschneider. So I think there might be some conflict in the Night Jamming Band. You know what, guys? Do it all. Why not? And again, you got that middle-aged English woman hair going. But this dude, the confidence. Love it. That's not a band. Come on. I get it. It's an awkward, weird photo, but it shouldn't be on this list. That's Michael. No, that's Randy Piper from Wasp. All right. Again, not an awkward photo. This is not, I'm not getting this, man. It's not an awkward photo. It's exactly what Randy looked like. Not awkward. That's awkward. All right. And yes, this is a band and this is a band photo. And again, this is the one you put out. This is the one you went with. So you deserve to be on this list. You've earned your spot here. Definitely. It's no man of war, but who is, right? But still, they have the confidence going, the black lipstick, the down, the sad clown. See, even back in the early days, the sad clown makeup was a thing. So, yeah, you got the Charlie Brown metal shirt going on here. That's what that is, right? That's like a Charlie Brown metal, but metal version, sleeveless. This is like if Charlie Brown grew up to be in a really bad metal band. That's Charlie Brown. That's Peppermint Patty right there. So that would be Marcy. And this is Tim Curry. Came over from shooting Rocky Horror to do this photo shoot. Should be cool. Now this is a great band, I bet. Doesn't say who it is, but I bet they have fun. John Oates, is that you? Is that John Oates? Is this REO Speedwagon? Maybe that's REO Speedwagon. Again, not a band, just a bunch of really weird dudes that don't have sex. Not a band. This is not a band either. But I love Dimmu Borgir. I love it how they're rocking all these hard metal shirts with some Beatles and turtlenecks in the background. It's really, I get it. That's a conflict of interests almost. But good on you. You're listening to some really good Finnish metal and some English, some Liverpudlian rock, some backbeat. Good for you. But yeah, that's not a band, man. That's, again, 3 dudes who hopefully will touch a boob soon. So yeah, good to wrap that up there. So again, I get that these lists allow people to, tell jokes and stuff, but a lot of those pictures aren't awkward. They're just normal 80s fashion band band shots is what they were. So, and they're not even cringe now. They're not even awkward now. As a matter of fact, when you see a Pretty Boy Floyd photo, it's a good thing. It takes you back to this reminiscent period of your life when, you know, back in the 80s, it was different. It was a different vibe. It was a different tone. It was a different mood going on. So the rock and roll had a different tinge to it. So even if a band came out dressed in cod pieces and chaps, just throw down the jams, man. That's all we cared about. And that's what they did. So again, when you say Man of War's and an awkward, so bad it's good photo, all right, now you're just looking for clicks, man. Now you're just looking to get some traffic on your website. You got me. I gave you a click. That was Bored Panda. I'll link it down below. Just get better list makers, but it's probably just content makers anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But like I said, man, a lot of those photos aren't bad. They're just, you can go back and make fun of any band. I can take country music of the 80s and 90s, especially the 90s when country was hitting hard. I'd like to see a bunch of really bad country music photos. I'm sure down at WSM there's tons of them. I came across a stack of bad radio DJ headshots that are really, really much worse than what you were seeing here. I'm in none of them, by the way. I've tried to make sure all of my shots are, can't go back and put on a list like that. So I want to thank my buddy for shooting me that. I appreciate it. If you do have a suggestion, something you want me to check out, some videos, some bands, some lists, whatever, make sure you link it down below. And if you have any information from some of these cats, link it down below as well. Follow me on YouTube, subscribe to YouTube, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That way you have a nice direct line of communication with me. And again, thank you very much. I appreciate getting these. These are good. It's nice and random to break up the video reactions. It was a good little break. And again, I came into it a little bit salty. I want to thank Aspen Dental and Connect 200. They are the powers that power the wild side with Eric Clark. And of course, thank you. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this has been The Wild Side.